What happened? He asked while moving near. There was a halt in her hiccups. He heard a little snipping sound afterwards. Ryan is having fever and she is crying continuously. I don't know how to handle her, she said in a worried tone. He asked to Mrs. Kim to let him handle her. She got up and moved toward her. He placed a hand on her forehead to check the fever and then said, "Has she taken the medicine?" No, she hasn't even eaten her lunch, she told him. He asked the servant to bring a light lunch and medicine. Ryan was still snipping a little. Why are you crying? He asked in a serious tone. I am missing my brother, she said with a tear again filled her eyes. Her emotions were all over the face. She was also scared of him after witness his cold from time to time. I have explained to you about that. You also making mom worried by crying. Do you want that? He said, and looking at her expectantly, she quickly shook her head. Just then a servant entered the room with the food. He stood up to let her serve, but when he saw her had no plan to eating, he took the plate and helped her sit down. After making her eat, he gave her the pill and made her lay down. Take some rest now. Don't you dare to cry, he said and placed the blanket on her properly. Mrs. Kim was seeing all this from the corner of this room. He hasn't even noticed her presence until he turned around to leave the room. Mrs. Kim and taehyung got out of the room. She asked him to follow her in the room. She sat down on the bed with he sat beside her. Who is she? She asked seriously. She's my friend's sister, he stated, but Mrs. Kim stopped him by saying, Tell me the whole truth. He looked into his mother's eyes and took a deep breath. He knew that he had to tell the truth. He told her about the whole truth. that Wyan was in his wedding. Her brother is in hospital and all the important detail. Her was looking intensely at him when he finished. She said, and he gave her a questioning look, trying his best to hide his feeling. I am your mom. I know you in and out. Your love for her isn't hidden from me. I have seen you looking at her. A guy who has never even bothered blinking twice in the direction of a stranger woman, she said while looking at him. Mom, she is so young. I shouldn't. He stopped with a sign. She is your wedded wife. Her age isn't a problem. You just need to know how to compromise and think of your partner's happiness. Solve your problem and try to make it easier for both of you, she said while patting his cheek. Lovely. By the way, my son's wife is really an angel by looking and by nature, Mrs. Kim said in a naughty tone. Couldn't stop his smiling and got up. He went to his room. He thought about the first time he met her. It was love at first sight. Her big grey eyes, her soft milky white skin, and mostly importantly, her innocence attracted him. Why did this happen to me? I am not supposed to love her. She isn't mine forever, he thought and controlled himself. He married her but didn't show any emotion. It was the most difficult thing for him not to show emotion for his love. Yes, the cold-hearted man felt it difficult to be a cold-hearted in front of her. Her tear felt like it was pounding his heart, but he stopped himself. She was his just for some time. He didn't want to make things difficult for her. But after seeing her sick and crying, he couldn't control himself. He used to hard tone with her, thinking that it would make her stop crying, and it did. He made her eat food and medicine. Taking care of her was a natural thing for him. He never wanted to see tear in her eyes. Can't have her attached to me. It will make things difficult for her, he said with a sad smile. Mrs. Kim was more relaxed after knowing that Wayne was the young wife. The thought of he taking interest in some girl so deeply wasn't really comfort for her without any relation. At night he checked Why and he saw that her fever was go down but her eyes were still swollen. It was clear that she had cried again. He signed. He knew that using a hard tone wasn't going to work with her. This time he took a soft approach. She was shocked by the change in his behavior. He was letting her see his care for her. He made her eat the food and told her to sleep well. Ryan noticed the softness in his expression. He wasn't wearing his gold mask. She could see his care. It had her relaxed. At least she wasn't scared of him hurting her. He never thought that uncomfortable love exists. Keep the antique sound more real to him, but it happened. He was in love with Ryan in the crazy, only giving and unconditional kind of love. I have to make her feel comfortable over here, otherwise this is not going to work. He thought. He planned to make her his friend and show her his care, only care. Next day he spent his evening with her. Ryan was surprised when he joined her for tea. She was feeling awkward at first, but then she slowly became comfortable. At night she was standing on the terrace when he saw her over there and went toward her. "What are you doing here so late?" he asked. When she turned, he saw tears in her eyes. It broken his heart. "Why are you crying?" he asked softly. "Brother hasn't even called me," she said, snipping. He chuckled at her cuteness and shook his head. He was feeling irritationally jealous of Jimin. Ryan had been missing him from the day first and was crying again and again. "He will be back soon, don't worry." When she didn't stop crying, he pulled her into a hug by holding her back. Ryan's hands were clutching his shirt and her face hidden in his chest. He didn't leave her until her tears subsided. "She isn't mine, she isn't mine, I can't have her," he was chanting continuously in his head. He was trying to control his feeling for her. This closeness was for her, otherwise he won't have touched her. Ryan was feeling more relaxed in his arms. She hadn't even noticed what they were doing. She was feeling more ease too while spending her time with him. Not that she didn't like Mrs. Kim. But it was just that her mind wasn't free completely with him. There were no other thoughts at all. He took her to her room and asked her to sleep. Next morning at breakfast table, a thought crossed his head. He asked Ryan, "What are you studying these days?" Ryan looked uncomfortable with that question, but she still replied, "I have completed my intermediate this year only." "To which university are you planning to go?" "I haven't planned yet," she said, fighting her. He let her topic go. When Mrs. Kim went to her room, he decided to ask. "What's the problem?" he asked. "I don't want to go to university," she said while making cute pout. "Why?" he asked while lacing the finger of his both hand. "I don't think I will be comfortable there. There will be a lot of people and me alone. I was homeschooled my whole life. Can't I just continue my study online?" she said with hope in her eyes. He saw that the hidden of being around so many people scared her, but she couldn't continue like that. She would have to learn how to face the world. "No, you can't. I am going to arrange everything from the admission. Prepare yourself," he said with a strained face. She didn't say anything. Afterward, he cold face could be qualified as the scariest thing for her. "I will be strong. I will go to the university," she thought in a motivational way.